How well do you guys know your friends, your neighbors, people in the community? The numbers behind some of the things that can be prevented here in Idaho are pretty shocking. Suicide, domestic violence, and homelessness are all things that can be prevented with your donation of just $5. $5 measly is all it takes to help the people around you with these issues. I didn't want to just talk to you about one issue. I wanted to mention all three of these issues because they're all very relevant here in Idaho. The first issue that I wanted to talk about was homelessness. Now, there's always some kind of initiative that's going on that wants to end homelessness and that kind of thing. And there's like Aid for Friends. They have emergency shelters for the homeless where they can go and stay. And there's a lot of people that are doing good for the homeless. But I wanted to share this with you. In 2015, according to Idaho Point in Time Count report, there were 81 homeless people in just southeast Idaho. Now in 2016, that number increased to 127 people, 127 homeless. So that number is rising. And that's something that we all need to be aware of here in Idaho, and we need to be able to help those people out. And that's not the only issue. The next issue that I want to talk to you about was domestic violence. Now, we probably all hear things about domestic violence, but do you really hear the numbers and understand what it is? According to the Women and Children's Alliance, which is a group that is geared toward helping those that have been affected by domestic violence, they shared that the Idaho State Police reported 6,084 incidences of domestic violence in 2016. That is a lot of cases. Now, if that doesn't hit home with you guys, this next statistic should. As of August 29th, 2017, there were 15 fatalities from domestic violence. Now, to put that in perspective, I want to share with you that all of 2016, there were 10 cases, or 10 fatalities from domestic violence, compared to we're only a little over halfway through 2017 and there's already 15 cases of domestic violence. So this is an issue that is continuing to get bigger and grow here in southeast Idaho. And it's definitely an issue that needs to be talked about. Now, the next thing that I wanted to share with you guys was suicide. Now, it seems like everybody knows somebody that has been affected by suicide or have personally been affected by suicide. I went to high school with a girl that I had grown up with. She went off to college, and I obviously went to a different college. And she ended up going through some hard times, and she ended up killing herself. So, that affected not only me, but a lot of people. Most of the seniors in high school that knew her were affected by that. Now, I just wanted to share with you guys some of these statistics that affect Idaho. According to SPAN, which is Suicide Prevention Action Network of Idaho, in 2015, Idaho had the 5th highest rate of suicide out of all of the states. So we're right up there in the top, of suicide rates. Suicide was the second leading cause of death of Idahoans between the age of 15 and 34. So that's a huge number. Now, if that's not enough to get you guys thinking, think about this number here. According to SPAN, 1 in 5 high school kids have seriously considered suicide. Now think about how many people you know in high school, and think about that statistic. That is a crazy high number. It's higher than it should be. And that's, suicide is something that we all need to be aware of, and we all need to make an effort to consider that, bring those numbers down. So how can we help? You're asking yourself, how can a poor college student that is overworked, has too much homework, how can we help? Like I mentioned earlier, $5 can help with this, can help prevent these three things. How many of us have heard of the United Way? I hadn't. I've seen commercials, but did you know that it was they have a local chapter? United Way is a charity that is in over 40 countries, and Southeast Idaho is lucky enough to have their own chapter here. Now, the United Way of Southeast Idaho, they have a list of things on their homepage of where their donations have gone, and where the people from the community have donated, where those donations are going. And I just wanted to share with you some of those statistics. United Way of Southeast Idaho have delivered 86,070 meals, provided shelter to 421 people, and helped 1,697 victims of domestic violence in Southeast Idaho. That's just Southeast Idaho. So how can I donate to United Way, you ask? Lucky for us, Idaho State University is partnering with United Way, and they are having a fundraiser the whole month of November. The goal is $65,000. Now that doesn't seem like a lot, but the fall semester in 2016 there were approximately 13,000 students. Now we can guess and say there's roughly about 13,000 students this fall semester. So that ends up being $5 a student. Just $5 is all that it would take to help us reach our goal. Now, every dollar that goes to United Way goes directly into the communities that they're helping. So, they don't take any money out to, for the head honcho guy that is running this operation. Every dollar that they raise goes into the community, which is an amazing thing. Now, $5 is something that every student, you could pack a lunch one day instead of going out and save $5. So I urge all of you to save that $5 and take it and donate it. The whole month of November, you have to donate that $5. And not only you, I urge you to go and tell your classmates, tell your family, tell your friends, everybody. $5 is going to help Southeast Idaho prevent homelessness, prevent suicide, and prevent domestic violence.